Chapter 3: The Gathering Storm. Betrayal and Loss. The crimson sun dipped below the horizon, painting the ravaged battlefield in hues of blood orange and bruised purple. The air, thick with the stench of death and decay, hung heavy in Gia's lungs, each breath a reminder of the brutal conflict that had just concluded, or rather, had only just begun. The initial shock of the Sunstone army's attack had given way to a chilling realization: the victory, if it could even be called that, had come at a terrible cost. The Nightshade coven, though they had managed to hold their ground, had suffered heavy losses. Faces, once familiar and comforting, were now etched into the landscape, forever marked by the violence of the night. It was in the aftermath of the battle, amidst the chilling silence punctuated only by the groans of the dying and the crackling of the still smoldering earth, that the true betrayal was revealed. Not in a grand, dramatic gesture, but in the quiet absence of a trusted friend, a silent void where unwavering loyalty should have been. Elara, Gia's closest confidant, her sister in magic and spirit, was gone. Vanished without a trace. Panic clawed at Gia's throat. Elara, with her sharp wit and unwavering dedication, had been the heart of their defensive strategy. Her intricate spells, woven with a mastery that surpassed even Gia's, had been the shield protecting the coven from the full force of the Sunstone's assault. Now, with her gone, a gaping hole remained in their defenses, a weakness that felt as profound as the physical wounds scattered across the battlefield. Lysander, his face etched with exhaustion and a grim determination that didn't quite mask the turmoil within, found Gia amidst the carnage. He moved with a hesitant grace, his steps measured, as if afraid to disturb the delicate balance of the shattered landscape. He had witnessed the devastation firsthand, the grim toll the battle had taken on both sides. The weight of his responsibility, the burden of his kingdom's survival, pressed heavily upon his shoulders. Yet, even amidst the carnage, he saw the raw pain etched onto Gia's face and knew that the battle had only just begun. "Elara," Gia whispered, her voice barely audible above the mournful cries of the wounded. The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken accusations and a grief so profound it threatened to consume her. Lysander knelt beside her, his hand gently brushing against hers. The touch was comforting, a silent offering of support in the face of unimaginable loss. He knew Elara, too, and recognized the unwavering strength and loyalty she held. Her disappearance was as much a shock to him as it was to Gia. "We'll find her," Lysander promised, his voice a low rumble that held the strength of a silent oath. But even as he spoke the words, a doubt slithered into his heart, a cold serpent coiling around his hope. The disappearance was too calculated, too precise. It wasn't the work of random chaos. It was calculated, a deliberate act designed to sow discord and weaken the Nightshade coven. The investigation that followed was as harrowing as the battle itself. Whispers slithered through the ranks of the survivors, tales of shadowy figures seen flitting through the smoke-filled battlefield, their identities concealed by the night's cloak. These whispers spoke of a clandestine alliance, a conspiracy that went deeper than the immediate conflict. Elara's absence wasn't simply a loss, it was a deliberate blow, a strategically placed wound intended to cripple the Nightshade forces. As they sifted through the debris of the battle, clues began to surface, pointing to a devastating truth. Elara hadn't been simply abducted, she had been betrayed. A meticulously planned scheme, intricately woven, had allowed the enemy to infiltrate their ranks, to place a viper in the heart of their coven. The evidence pointed towards one individual, someone close enough to Elara to gain her trust, someone who knew her routines, her weaknesses, her unwavering loyalty to the Nightshade cause. The betrayal ran deeper than a simple act of malice. It was a meticulously crafted political maneuver, designed to destabilize the coven and secure a greater advantage in the brewing war. The enemy wasn't simply fighting for territory or power, they were fighting for control, manipulating the conflict to serve their own hidden agenda. The carefully constructed narrative of a united front shattered, replaced by suspicion, distrust, and the chilling realization that their enemies were more cunning and insidious than they had ever imagined. The weight of this betrayal pressed heavily on Gia, crushing her with a grief that mixed with a profound sense of betrayal. The loss of Elara was devastating, not only on a personal level but also strategically. Elara's absence weakened the Nightshade coven, creating a vulnerability that the Sunstone army could exploit. The hope that had flickered amidst the chaos of the battle was now extinguished, replaced by a cold, hard reality. The war was far from over, it had just entered a new, even more treacherous phase. The discovery of Alara's betrayal forced Gia to confront the complexities of loyalty, the blurred lines between friend and foe, and the terrible consequences of political manipulation. It highlighted the fragility of trust and the devastating impact of deceit. The emotional fallout rippled through the coven, sowing seeds of doubt and suspicion. Alliances, once solid and unwavering, were now fractured, strained by the fear of further treachery. Gia, grappling with the loss of her friend and the shocking revelation of a deep-seated conspiracy, found herself caught in a maelstrom of conflicting emotions. Anger, grief, and a chilling sense of betrayal warred within her, threatening to consume her. Yet, amidst the storm, a steely resolve began to solidify, a determination to uncover the truth, to expose the traitors and avenge Alara's sacrifice. Lysander, witnessing Gia's struggle, offered his unwavering support, his love a silent anchor in the storm. He knew that the betrayal had struck a blow not just at the Nightshade coven, but at Gia herself, and he was determined to stand by her side, to help her navigate the treacherous path ahead. Their forbidden love, forged in the crucible of war, was now a source of strength, a shared determination to overcome the darkness that threatened to engulf them both. The lines of the conflict had become even more blurred, the enemy hidden within, a chilling reminder of the insidious nature of political warfare and the high price of betrayal. The battle had ended, but the war, far from concluding, had just begun to escalate. The loss of Alara, and the chilling revelation of betrayal within their ranks, served as a stark warning of the treacherous path ahead. It was a turning point, not only in the war between the Nightshade Coven and the Sunstone army but also in Gia and Lysander's personal journey, forcing them to confront the dark underbelly of their world and the difficult choices they would have to make to survive. The gathering storm had not only unleashed violence and chaos, it had exposed the hidden fractures within their world, revealing the true depths of betrayal and the resilience of love in the face of impossible odds. The journey towards finding Alara, uncovering the truth behind her disappearance, and avenging her betrayal would not only redefine the ongoing war, but the very fabric of their relationship as well. The forbidden love story would have to navigate new, treacherous waters, where the lines between friend and foe, loyalty and betrayal were blurred and where the price of truth could be devastatingly high.